Hi, my name is Christina, and I'm going to be participating in the 31 Days of Tarot Challenge 2018 that was put forth by Ethany. Today I'm going to be talking about my top 5 tarot decks of 2018 that either I purchased or that came out in 2018. I actually don't think I have any that came out in 2018, and I'm cheating with one because I didn't purchase it. My best friend purchased it for me for my birthday. It was on my wish list. I'm going to do several videos probably today in this getup, so I'm going to look really similar in a lot of them because I live in Michigan and there's a little bit of light out, and so I'm going to use it to the best of my ability as it becomes pitch black at 5 p.m. So without further ado, let's get started. So the 5 decks that I have picked are not in any particular order. The first one I'm going to talk about is the Happy Tarot. I believe I saw this deck on Sammy's channel. Maybe. Could be wrong. I think it was... Is it Samantha Menzo? I think it was her channel. And this is right up my alley. I love all things like adorable and chibi and kawaii. And so I saw this and I was like, this deck was made for me. I need this. And then when I was showing it to my friends, they were like, if that isn't you, I don't know what is. I love the art style. I love how colorful it is. It's adorable. And this is one of my favorite cards because I just love the man's face in this. I don't know if it's going to come through on my camera, if it's going to focus on it or not. I adore this one. It's adorable. I love the backs of these too. Again, adorable. Just very cute. Love the colors. And that goes for all of them because even like the harsher cards or the difficult cards, I mean, they're still difficult. Like, these are done in the Rider-Waite-Smith tradition, and so trying to find one. So like the devil, although that one's the devil kind of looks kind of cute in that. But so like the tower, so here's the Three of Swords. So it's still the same concept, same kind of imagery. This one I love. Love the Hermit. Again, I'm not sure if these are going to focus at all, so they might just be a blurry mess. So you might have to look these cards up online to see just how adorable and colorful they are. But even the harsh cards, I mean, they're still, or the difficult cards, I guess, they're still difficult, even when they're drawn in like a cutesy kind of art style. They still come across as difficult. So I don't think the art style necessarily takes anything away from that. I know that there are some people that feel that way about this deck. And they feel that way about some other decks. Like, they just feel that some decks are... I have another one that kind of falls in that category. People think that, I can't think what the term is. I don't think it's fluff decks, but kind of get that the cards have been changed or the art style is so like cutesy or that kind of thing that it doesn't really convey the message, I guess. And I don't feel that with this one. Like, that Nine of Swords, that tells me what I need to know about Nine of Swords. So anyways, I really like this one. And then actually to segue into the other one that I hear a lot, like people think is kind of like an easier going deck, I guess. There's a term and I can't think of what it is. But this one, I saw the Spirit Song Tarot. I saw this on Kelly's channel, I believe. Yes, and she described this as the perfect blend of Oracle and Tarot, and I completely and 100% agree with that. I think that's very accurate. I think the art style makes it feel kind of Oracle because so much has changed, I guess, kind of in this. This is an animal-based deck. There are no people in this, no humans. And then all the suits were changed. So it's shells for cups, and then there's acorns for coins or pentacles, feathers for wands. What am I missing? Oh, and crystals. Did I mix up crystals and acorns? I might have. I have to go back and look because I have forgotten. I haven't used this one in a little bit. But it's absolutely stunning. And the other thing I kind of like about it is that it has keywords on it, which is super helpful. This was super helpful for me when I was first learning. It was a little confusing because like the suits were changed. But the keywords has been great. And then some of the cards changed, which is why some people think it's more of like an easy going deck. Like the big one that comes to mind is Death. I believe Death has changed to Transformation, which doesn't bother me in the slightest because I don't view the Death card as death, as like you're going to die or someone you know is going to die or anything like that. So I don't mind some of the changes. One of my favorites is the Chariot, because this is not the animal that I expected to see on the Chariot. I always think of like horses or like some sort of fast moving animal. And it's the Rhino. But I feel like that's perfect because like a rhino kind of like charges forward and charges through, and the keywords on here are discipline and determination, which is perfect. This art style is very different from the Happy Tarot, but I love this art style too. I absolutely adore it. It's kind of like almost like a muted, like watercolor-y. I'm sure it's not coming across on my camera because I'm like at a weird angle and where the light's coming in. But stunning, another really stunning deck. And then the other thing I really like about, so the Happy Tarot came with just like a little white book, and the other thing I like about this one is it comes with kind of like it's a white book too, but it's like a slightly thicker cover, I guess, and then the back. But it's chunkier, I guess. That's what I like. I like books, so I particularly like tarot decks that come with either a bigger book or like a separate book that you can purchase that kind of goes with the deck. The other deck that I got this year that was definitely not put out or released in 2018 is the Universal, I think it's just called the Universal Weight. I don't think it could be the Universal Rider-Waite. I'm not 100%. I did not get a box with this because I found this at an antique store. Not an antique. And I snatched it up, and I don't think I counted the cards when I was in the store, but I counted them when I got home because I think it was just like a rubber band around it or a ribbon. And it was missing one card, and someone suggested that I contact US Games to see if I could purchase the card that was missing. So I emailed them and asked if I could purchase the one card that was missing. I was totally ready to purchase it, and they actually sent it to me within like a few days, and they didn't charge me anything for it. It was great customer service. I was very, very thankful to US Games for that, because I love this deck, and which is really funny because I never thought I would say that about this kind of deck, because I cannot stand the original Rider-Waite deck that comes in like the yellow tuck box. I have it. I'm not sure where it is right now. It doesn't stay in my drawer with my other decks because I don't use it. I don't like it. There's something about the art style of the original one that just does not resonate with me whatsoever. But this one, I love the art style of this. It's more filled in. It's softer. It's like actual drawings where, I don't know, there's something about the original one. It's just not detailed, I think, is the issue. Why I don't like the original Rider-Waite. But I love this one. It's just more filled in. It's more vibrant. It's more like an art style I feel like I can glean information from. I love the backs on this. Beautiful. So, but like I said, this didn't come in a box, and I don't have the little white book for this, although I can't imagine that the white book would have been very much, would have been different from the one that comes in the original, the yellow Rider-Waite box one. So, love it. This was really good for when I was beginning because like I said, I had the original one and I just could not connect with that one. And so this one was great to have because it's still all the exact same imagery, kind of like how the Happy Tarot is the same imagery, but it was just much more easy for me to relate and read. And so the deck that I'm kind of cheating with is the Deviant Moon Tarot. Again, very different art style, but I love it. I'm in love with it. One of my friends, she was recommending a game to me. They're like called Rusty Lake Games or something, and she said that she thought of me because they were whimsical with a bit of creepy. And if that isn't the best descriptor for things that I love, that's perfect. I love whimsical. I love whimsical with a little creepy. I love creepy. So this It's perfect descriptor. And so it makes perfect sense that I would have the Happy Tarot and I would have the Deviant Moon Tarot in that regard. Love the backs. I love the symbol of that. It's beautiful. This is the borderless edition. I'm not against borders by any means. I saw the 2 and I went with the borderless one on my wish list. And so that's the one my best friend got for me. In November. My birthday's November 21st. So I haven't been able to use this a ton. I've done a couple readings for myself with it and a couple readings for others with it. But unfortunately, I haven't been able to use it a ton yet. But I plan on using it more in the future. It's just a very weird kind of art style. I know there's a lot of people who do not resonate with this kind of art style at all. Honestly, this is probably the first deck that I received or owned or whatever that I feel like I can read this really well intuitively. It's the first one that I've look at the images and I don't need to know any of the meanings of the cards, and I feel like I can get what is trying to be conveyed in these images, which is really kind of interesting because some of them are so very different from Rider-Waite. I mean, they have the same kind of symbols, but some of them are just very different. So absolutely love. I love this art style. I love it. So this is one that I'm hoping to use a lot more of next year because I haven't had it not even 2 whole months. Again, love it. This one, the 8 Coins Tattoo Tarot, I saw this one in a shop, which unfortunately closed, that had a ton of tarot and oracle decks and crystals, and I loved it. And it was the only one near me, and they closed. And it was very sad. This was the last thing I bought before they closed. I did not know they were closing. I actually went to go there one weekend, and I happened to check Google for their hours because I couldn't remember what time they opened, and that's when I discovered they closed. But I saw this one there, and I was like, oh, I don't know. I love tattoos. I love the art style of certain tattoos. But so what I did is I came home and I looked up on YouTube. I looked up walkthroughs and unboxings and first impressions. And then I think I went back the next day and bought it because I just absolutely love it. And again, another very, very different art style. Very different from, I mean, they're all so different. So it's kind of funny that I have all these decks that are extremely different. All my decks, though, all the ones I own are all Rider-Waite Smith based. None of them are the Toth or anything like that. But very simple back. These are a little more, these cards are kind of, they're bigger than the standard, but not bad. I don't think I have any decks that are I can't handle as far as shuffling and things like that. But love the art style. Absolutely love it. I find myself using this deck a lot for, and I don't know why, I tend to use certain decks for certain questions. And this one I find that I use the most when either I'm asking or someone else is asking me financial or career advice questions, things like that, things about finances or career, and I'm not sure why. I don't know if it's because it has coins in the title, and so I immediately think money, finances, and career and things like that. I don't know, but this is the one I typically grab for that. I was using it a lot too for relationship readings. Yeah, I'm not sure why. I don't know, but it might just be because it has coins in the title, and so that makes me think money. The one thing I love about this deck is this has a nice big book. I love this, and then it's in full color, and so a page is sorry, I'm gonna block my face. So the full page is the artwork that's on the card, and so that's just, I absolutely love that. It's organized really super well. The other thing that this deck came with is, I'm not gonna be able to unfold the whole thing, but it came with a spread, which I have not used yet. And it's called the Rose Spread. Sorry, I'm not going to be able to get this in the shot. But yeah, I thought that was kind of neat that it came with its own. I mean, a lot of them come with spreads like in the books, but I like that this came with like a tangible thing to put down and you put your cards on it. So I like that. Kind of like a guide. So yeah, these are the five decks that my 5 favorite decks, I guess, that I've purchased in 2018, or that were the one that was gifted to me on my birthday. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks.